Hello, y'all. Okay, so I had this thought earlier today. Um, I don't know where it came from. I think I went to go pick up Logan. It was 11:15. I was sitting in the lobby area of the school, and these little tiny birds were like flying between the bushes outside the window near where I was sitting. And so I had this thought in my head, like, since cities and like society decided to like make all these cities and stuff, right? We kind of pushed out all the natural things that birds, squirrels, and other animals eat. We kind of like made them the enemy critters or creatures, and kind of made it so that they are kind of starving, Like, I've noticed that squirrels are like scrounging for things to eat, and birds are all over the place. They're in my garden currently. They're literally eating the tomatoes that didn't ripen, which is, I feel sad that they're eating not ripened tomatoes. They'll probably eat my peas too because my peas are almost ripe, but they can have that this year. This was my test round for gardening, so they can have those. I'm also thinking, because I don't know, I love animals, and I'm sad that I can see that they're starving. And so I decided that it would probably be a good idea, because winter's coming soon, to make care nests for the animals that come to my garden. So I decided I was going to make a care nest full of seeds and stuff for birds. I'm going to make a care nest full of fruits and vegetables for squirrels and raccoons if that's what they want. I'm also going to make a nut basket so that squirrels can come and get the nuts as well. But I'm putting the nuts and the seeds in my garden, and I'm putting the fruits and the vegetables behind the shed, because I don't really want the raccoons coming down and rummaging through my garbage, so I kind of want to keep them in one area, so I'll feed them up there. And also, whatever they don't eat, I was going to use to build a home-based compost. I saw this really great idea on Pinterest where you take like those big tub of like those big tote tubs that have like the lid. Well, this lady, she got one, and she put like this biodegradable sack in the bottom of it, and then she filled it with like compost. And then she went and she gathered worms out of the ground, and she put them in there, and they literally turned her compost into soil. And I was like, wow. And all she did was poke holes in the top of the lid so that there was air going through. But that's a great idea. Like, me and the kids would have fun doing that, because uh, they only end up eating like half of a thing of strawberries, and then the rest of the strawberries kind of rot. So I might as well just turn it into compost and then use it in my garden next year, which would make it a lot more fertile, because I've been learning a lot about the soils around here, and why it's so hard to, in certain areas, to grow crops and whatnot. And I've noticed that this year they flourished, my stuff in the front yard, but I don't know how it would work in the backyard, considering there's like patches where there's no grass. And I was told that that's because the pH, from what I've been reading, the pH is unbalanced in the soil, and there's more of either one chemical or another chemical, and it's imbalancing the soil, so it's not fertile. So I would like to kind of make my own, fertilizer, and then it would make it more fertile for the crops that I want to make next year. So, yeah, I just had this thought today, and just wanted to share it with everybody that I'm going to be making care nests for the local animals that like my garden, because I have like 6 little tiny birds. I don't know what type of birds they are. I'll look it up someday. But there's like these 6 tiny little birds that come and they literally live in my tomato plants. They just sit in there eating the tomatoes that grow. And I noticed that there's a squirrel that lives in the tree that's in my garden as well. Literally just, there's a little tiny tree out there. It's a little pine tree. And the squirrel just sits under there all day in the garden. And crows come and whatnot. And I've seen only one raccoon. So I decided that it would probably be a good idea to do something for the local animals that are probably going to starve this winter. I don't want them to starve, so I might as well make sure that they get some food. So that's my plan. I'm going to be doing it in the next couple of weeks. I want to make sure that the baskets that I make, the food doesn't get wet or soggy from the rain, because it's going to rain. So I have to really research how to do this. But I'm going to do it. My husband thinks that it's a great idea. And he said that I had this big, amazing heart. And I was like, I just feel bad because we took over their habitat and now they're starving. Like, of course I want to help them. So I'm going to. Not only that, my kids are asking me to help them too. Lucas, he saw the birds. He's like, they're hungry, feed them. I'm like, we can't give them bread, baby, because it'll hurt their tummies. And then he's like, feed them seeds. I was like, we don't have any. We have to buy some. And he's like, let's go buy some. So kind of started there, and then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, these poor little animals are starving. I should give them something for the winter. So I'm going to do my part to spread love and light, even to the little animals outside, and give them a good winter / Yule, early Yule present for them. A basket full of food. So I just wanted to say this and put it out there for anybody who might have a similar idea for their neighborhood. Be a good idea. And it doesn't have to be in your yard. It could be literally like in a local park. You could put it under something. They can smell it. They'll come for it. And things of that nature. I used to go down to the lake in Surrey at Green Timbers, and I used to bring tons of like nuts that I would collect off the trees around town. Like I would collect chestnuts and walnuts and all sorts of nuts, and I would bring them. No, acorns. It was acorns and hazelnuts, and also chestnuts I would get from the trees near our house, and then I would bring them to Green Timbers along with a sack of seeds, and I would literally make the birds and the ducks and geese nests out of like grass underneath trees, and I would leave all of it there at Green Timbers. I used to do that, but we don't live in Surrey anymore, so I can't do that. So I might as well do it here. That's what I'm going to do. No judgments, people, because it's all just love and light. I'm just spreading love and love and light everywhere. So that's my ideas. I'm probably going to go outside for a little bit. Just sit on the porch like I usually do. I just like fresh air and feeling the air. Just watching the birds in the garden. I think they'll be very happy. It'll make me happy. Okay, I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday. And I hope you guys keep watching my stories, because I share tons of funny stuff in there. And also spiritual stuff and other stuff. And lots of stuff. Anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday, and I love everybody. I love the whole world. I might cry. I'm getting emotional. I'm gonna go before I get emotional. I'm getting quite emotional right now. Okay. Love y'all. Namaste. Mwah.